Hello. Little practice for us, something to get us moving, nothing too strenuous, just a nice short little flow. So we'll start seated in a position that's good for you, finding a nice upright spine, allowing your shoulders to relax and rest your hands down either in your lap or on your knees, whatever's comfortable. And we'll just start by taking 1 or 2 breaths in and out through the nose, if that feels good for you today. Allowing yourself to sit a little tall with your inhale, and as you exhale, relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax your jaw. Again, inhale and exhale fully. So you could be sitting on a block or on a cushion, whatever feels good for you. Just paying attention now to your breath, noticing how you're feeling, and just prepare. So in your next inhale, we're going to reach the arms out and up. So a big stretch out to the sides and lift up. Maybe look to the hands and exhale, release it down. Tuck your chin in, inhale, lift. Exhale, releasing down. And one more, inhale, stretching out. So you've got that big expansion first and release it down. Okay, from here, we're going to reach over to one side, sweeping the opposite arm up and over. So think about that reach up rather than coming down and crunching into the side of the body. Leaning over a little bit and looking for the length along the side. And then bringing this top arm all the way round behind us and take the twist. So for me, I'm twisting to the left hand's behind, and maybe looking behind now. And release to the front. Taking our stretch to the other side, reaching over to this left side, stretching up and over with the right arm. So reaching up towards the ceiling first, before coming over and down a little bit. So it's your practice. If you like to bounce here, if you like to find a little bit of extra movement in the side of the body, go ahead. And sweeping that arm all the way round and down and over to the behind. Over to behind. And taking your twist to the opposite side now, so to the right for me. Look behind if that feels okay. So no holding on to the breath here. I'm just keeping it nice and gentle. Nice and easy. And unwind to the front. Okay, we're going to come forward now. So reaching the hands out in front, allowing yourself to rock forward onto the sit bones a little bit. If your legs are out in front, bend the knees, bring them a bit wider. And then as you exhale, you can maybe come a little bit further down, reaching forward. So from here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So you can either move the legs round to the side, or if it's okay for you, continue to roll forward over the knees and come into our tabletop position. So from here, keeping a grip of the floor, pushing the floor down and away, and then inhale, extend the front of the body, lift the chin, lift the gaze, exhale, round the back, drawing the tummy and the ribs in and up. Inhale, extend forward, exhale, round and back. One more, inhale, coming forward, exhale, round in the back, and then return to your tabletop position. So that's nice and neutral kind of position for you. Reaching the hands forward and dropping the head down between the arms. So the hips are still above the knees, maybe sending back a little bit further. And keeping the tummy and the ribs drawing in and up. Maybe you can bring the head to the floor. If you want to deepen the stretch in the shoulders, you can push into the fingertips, maybe gaze forward down the mat and bring the chest down. Your choice. It's not a have to. Yeah, these are all just recommendations or suggestions. Okay, coming back into your tabletop position, we're going to take our thread the needle. So reaching the right arm underneath the left, coming to rest onto the right shoulder, and the right side of the head is resting on the mat. So your choice with the left arm, bringing it forward, pushing into the fingertips, extending through that left side of the body, or you may prefer to wrap that left arm around the back, maybe hooking onto the right hip, rolling the left shoulder back. And continuing to keep the breath nice and even. And again, untwist, reaching forward, coming back into your tabletop. So the right hand is slightly forward from the shoulder as you reach the left arm underneath and coming down to rest on that left shoulder and left side of the head. Possibly reaching forward with the right hand. Or maybe you're going to wrap it around the back, hooking the hand onto the left thigh or hip. And again, untwist, coming back to the center. One more cat-cow, inhale, extend, exhale, round the back. And from here, tuck the toes, sending your hips back and staying quite low in your down dog. So dropping the head between the arms. I've got my knees really bent. This is all about getting length in the back. Sit bones are sticking back and up. Got a little bounce going maybe, or possibly now you wish to lift a little higher and start to pedal into one leg and then the other. So gazing back towards the toes or the knees. So your choice. You may like to keep it moving, or you may like to settle the heels now towards the mat. Does not matter if they ever get there. Shoulders away from the ears and that length in the back as much as possible. So from here, we're going to come into our high plank. So rolling the body forward, coming into high plank, looking forward a little bit, tucking the tail under, and then pushing it back from there into your down dog again. And again, inhale, rolling forward to high plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. One more like this. Inhale, extend the body forward into your high plank, settle there. Exhale, rolling it back again to downward facing dog. From here, bend the knees, bringing the right foot forward between the hands and settle down onto the left knee, untuck the toes and allow yourself to kind of settle into this a little bit. If you prefer, it might be a little bit more stable for you to keep your toes tucked. You could have your hands on blocks as well, a little bit higher, or come onto the fists. Give yourself a little bit more space. So we're going to keep this one moving. Reaching the hips back, lifting the toes. Knee can still be bent as we start to move forward and back through a little bit of a lunge and then a runner's or a half split. So as you go, moving with your breath, focusing on how this feels for you today, settling in as we come forward, and then as we reach back, we're going to hold for a little bit longer. From here, place the left hand down, inhale, rise up through the right for a little bit of a twist. Oh, hello. And bring it down. Rogue, you're going to have to move and coming forward again. Bringing the right foot out to the right a little bit, 45-degree angle away from the body-ish. And you're going to allow the leg to come out to the side. So I quite like to be on my fists here, give myself a little bit more space. So as you rock onto the outside edge of the right foot, you're allowing the knee to follow as well. And then holding to the right. Maybe placing the left hand down and giving a little bit of encouragement with the hand. Nothing too forceful here. We're just allowing it to turn out a little bit more. And release. Coming back onto the knees, tuck the toes, and back to downward facing dog. So coming into the left side, bringing the left foot forward between the hands, settling onto the left right knee this time. You can have the toes tucked or untucked. And think about your lunge to start with. Lengthen the front of the body. Steady gaze, steady balance. No straining into your neck. And then starting to reaching back and forward with the hips. So you don't have to straighten the front leg all the way. You're just working into it. So as we move with the breath, no force. And then we're going to hold into our half split, pushing the left heel down, tummy's drawn in. And then here, keeping the right hand pushing down and take our little twist up. So reaching the left arm up. And bringing the left hand down to the inside of the left foot this time and coming forward into the lunge. So left foot's turning out, legs following. So knees still lined up with the toes. And then this time, instead of rocking back and forth, we're going to wing the leg out to the side and back in. So it's let it roll out to the side, onto the side of the foot, and squeeze the knee into the arm. And then, if you wish, give it a little bit of encouragement out to the side. So as you do, as you're easing that out with the hand, you can be actively pushing the leg back in, creating a little bit of tension there, and then relax into it a little bit more. It's going to increase the flexibility there momentarily. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Settling into down dog for a few breaths. Rolling forward into high plank. This time we're going to lower with control, with everything drawn in all the way to the mat. Inhale, chest coming forward. Exhale, allowing yourself to come back to the knees or straight back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, undulate. Great word for today. Lower. Inhale, extend the front of the body, coming into cobra or upward facing. And then exhale, picking the hips back and up, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, rolling forward, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Stepping forward with your right foot this time. Placing the left heel down to the inside. Maybe you're keeping the right hand to the mat or bringing it up to the shin. And we're going to turn to the side and come into our triangle pose. Reaching the left arm up. Maybe lift the gaze, or maybe keeping the gaze to the floor. Lowering back down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Stepping forward this time with the left foot, coming into triangle on the left side. So trying to straighten up that left leg may mean that you're coming up higher. Don't push into the leg or the knee. You're looking for that lift through the body. So you finding your version of the pose, whatever that is for you today. Placing the hand down. So this time, instead of lowering down, we're going to move the left foot out to the left. We're going to step forward with the right and come into a little bit of a squat. Chest lifted. And then from here, we're going to lower with control. So reaching the arms forward and lower to the mat, coming into a little bit of a Navasana. So if you wish, fingertips can be behind, lifting the chest, and release. Bringing the right foot up to stand, left leg is long, holding into the chest. I'm going to wrap the left arm around the right leg and twist to the right. And then from here, turning back to the center, straighten the right leg. We're going to take forward fold, chest lifted. Exhale, forward fold. So this can be done with the knees bent or taking your forward fold a little deeper with the legs straight. Your choice. But if you find to get down, it's all very round. You want to keep the chest lifting forward. So in most cases, it's better still to have the legs bent. Inhale, sitting back up. Bring the left leg up this time. Wrapping the right arm around, chest turning all the way to the left for our twist. And release. Okay, we're going to lie down. So again with control, bend the knees and lower with control to the mat. You may help yourself down if that feels better for you today. And then from here, squeeze both knees into the chest and then reaching toes up towards the ceiling. So you could do this against the wall, for legs up the wall, rolling the shoulders back and down, palms facing up, trying to keep this, active, but without too much strain. So be aware of how this feels in your back, pushing the lower back into the floor so the tummy's drawn in, pelvic floor's engaged, and we're actively holding ourselves in place. And then from here, you're going to bend the knees wide and bring your arms between the knees, holding on to the sides of the feet and drawing this knees down the side of the body. So that might feel, too big a reach for today. So hold on to the back of the thighs, it's fine. Just looking for that little bit of a drawing down through the hips if we can. So to reach, sometimes the bottom comes up. You want to ease that back down onto the mat. And release, bringing the knees together. And we're going to come into a twist lying down. Shift your hips off to one side. Bring your knees together and up higher than the hips. And come into a twist. So it's quite nice to bend the elbow of the right arm. Maybe turn the head to look to the right. And I quite like to hold the top leg. Just encourages the twist a little bit more. You might like to spread the arms out. And carefully coming into the center, drop it off to the other side. So feet down, shift your hips over, bring your knees together and up. So again, I've got the arm bent this time. Allowing the shoulders to roll down to the mat if you can. And the last thing, as always, allow yourself to settle into Shavasana Pose. So We're going to start this with a bit of tension. Bring the legs together, reach through the toes, reach through the fingers, reach through the arms. Making everything in the body kind of tense, a little bit active, and then release. Allow the legs to turn out, allow the arms to fall away from the sides of the body, palms facing up. You might like to shift so that shoulder blades can lie a little flatter on the ground. And bring your attention to your breath. Nice steady inhale. And a full exhale. Again, full inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And maybe softly sigh this time, blow in that exhale out. And with it, relax any tension, any holding on. So, your choice. Finish your practice here or take a longer rest. I recommend long rest.